It was a Friday morning like any other, except for one thing. The date Friday the 13th, for many, just the sound of it sends a shiver down the spine. A day said to bring bad luck. A day when black cats are met with caution, mirrors are best left unbroken, and some would rather not step outside at all. But while a part of the world wrapped itself in superstitious worry, someone else woke up with a different kind of thought. Her name was Thémàen, not Mia. Not Lee, Thémàen. A name that sounded like it belonged to another world. Rare, unusual, like a hidden thought that only appears when everything else around falls silent. Her parents had once come across it in an old Welsh poem, and the moment they read it, it stayed with them. Some said the name came from an old song that could only be heard on some days in dreams. But those who knew Thémàen understood the name fit. It matched her soulful eyes and the warmth in her gaze that made time itself seem to hush. Thémàen stretched, smiled, looked at the date and thought, what if I just take away the meaning this day is supposed to have? What if I travel back in my mind to a moment when everything felt light, bright, and filled with music? When old friendships still existed. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and pictured herself in a quaint vintage cafe. Golden sunlight poured through the windows, and from the speakers played a melody that instantly lifted her mood. A song that made her feel like she could pause time, or even turn it back. With a soft smile on her lips, Thémàen was ready to rewrite the meaning of this day. In her mind, she didn't focus on the shadows, but on the way the light danced across the floor. She felt the warmth of the sun shining on her arms. She smiled kindly at the guests around her. She ordered a hot cappuccino made on what she would call an outrageously good professional espresso machine, prepared by a charming barista who clearly knew the craft of great coffee, as he even pre-tempered the cups with hot water. Lost in a daydream, Thémàen paused for a moment, scraping the last of the creamy milk foam from the inside of her cup with her spoon, and letting it melt on her tongue like a tiny ritual of joy. The bass from the speakers pulsed through the room like a second deeper heartbeat. Thémàen felt it right in her core, and above it floated this beautiful female voice, clear, bright, and magnetic. It felt like it was pulling the darkness right out of her with every note. The song was new. It was English pop music, the kind with an emotional pull and a rhythm you could feel. Thémàen had loved international pop music since she was a teenager. Good music had always felt like a trusted refuge, a place she could return to again and again. When Thémàen opened her eyes and found herself in her room, she grabbed her smartphone and searched her music app for a title that had just popped into her mind. Turn Back Time. And there it was. The song actually existed, featured as a brand new release, which just launched today. On this very Friday the 13th, she put on her headphones, hit play in excitement, and let herself fall into the sound. And again, that stunning female voice carried her away, far from deadlines, worries, or misfortune. It caressed her ears, and the deep made her smile again. And in that moment, Thémàen understood. Maybe it's not about fearing Friday the 13th. Maybe it's about reinterpreting it, giving it new meaning, linking it to something positive, something memorable. So the next time Friday the 13th comes around, remember Thémàen, and maybe try searching for a song called Turn Back Time. It will be released on June 13, 2025 on your favorite music streaming platform. And maybe, just maybe, it's exactly what you need to turn a day once feared into something truly unforgettable. Turning back time, it's possible, least in your heart, and with good